Let's now move on to main topic number 4. And our fourth main topic today gets submitted to us by Michael Stephenson. And Michael Stephenson writes, "Hey, John and Rob. One of my most anticipated things at DC Fandome was the new Wonder Woman 84 trailer. I wasn't disappointed, but I will admit I wasn't crazy about the Cheetah stuff. Some of it just looked terrible, but the movie feels like it's going to be a blast. What did you guys think of the trailer and the panel they did? Thanks." All right, thanks a lot for sending that in, man. And yes, one of the things that I was really looking forward to, because I'm all about Patty Jenkins, I was looking forward to that Wonder Woman 84 panel, even though it was only going to be like a few minutes long. And it was the very first thing they kicked off DC Fandome with. I will tell you this. I didn't think the panel itself was like overly amazing. I didn't think the panel itself was overly amazing. It was probably one of the worst ones in terms of really hyper edited and chopped together and stuff like that. It really was. But Rob, you know, one of the things that I really was surprised by, you know, while I think she is improving and getting better, I don't have the highest opinion of Gal Gadot's acting ability, although I do think she's getting better. What really surprised me was, out of all some very seasoned actors, like a Chris Pine and stuff like that are there, easily the most natural, charismatic person who really felt like if you were a fan watching that you were welcome there and you were a part of it. Gal Gadot crushed it in a panel kind of environment. And it's not easy. Some people think it's easy to just be really warm and welcoming and charismatic and charming while you're doing a panel. But you looked at some of the other panel members on that, even a guy like Chris Pine, who I love Chris Pine, but he didn't make me feel welcome or like this panel was fun or charming. Like when he was talking, I thought she did a great job. Even though Patty Jenkins was the host of the panel, and Patty Jenkins was great too, don't get me wrong, but I thought the person who really carried that panel and made me feel like I wanted to keep watching was actually Gal Gadot. I thought she did a terrific. If I'm a producer and I know I'm sending her out to represent the film, I'm feeling pretty good about it because I thought she did a great job with that. But really, it was all about the trailer, right? It was all about the trailer. I'll say I enjoyed the trailer. I liked the trailer. But let's get to the elephant, or the cheetah, as it were, in the room. Cheetah didn't look great. Now, we only got a couple of seconds of Cheetah, but for those few seconds we saw of Cheetah, and as she's fighting Wonder Woman, I saw somebody online mention this, and I thought that's a perfect comparison. It kind of felt like that shot in Black Panther, when Black Panther and Killmonger are in their Black Panther outfits and fighting as they're falling down, and it looked very, very CGI, and it looked a great scene and everything, but that part felt very, very CGI and a little awkward and a little bit odd. I think that was a good comparison to the Cheetah stuff. Now, all the other times when Cheetah doesn't look like that, and she's just in other outfits, I thought she looked great. I thought she looked absolutely wonderful. But unfortunately, even though there's a lot of good stuff in that Wonder Woman 84 trailer, unfortunately, the thing we end up kind of talking about is the Cheetah stuff. But overall, I thought it was really good. I love the line, Rob, when they're in the plane and he's like, "Don't worry, the way I fly, they'll never find us." I never told you about radar. It's like, what? Are they going to shoot at us? I don't know why. I thought that was hilarious. I thought that was great. So I liked the trailer. I thought it was a solid trailer. Not the best one they've done so far, although they did give us a little bit more of the story. But unfortunately, it's hard not to talk about that CGI Cheetah. Anyway, Rob, you had a look at it. What were your overall impressions of that Wonder Woman 84 stuff?
Well, the movie looks handsomely made, and I really like what's going on there. The one thing that I'm not feeling is the overall story that I feel that they're sort of keeping under wraps. Clearly, Maxwell Lord, there's some kind of magic wish fulfillment thing that's happening here where people's wishes are coming true. And I think that's how Steve Trevor comes back and Cheetah becomes Cheetah. And that seems like it could be a little goofy. I mean, they've sort of kept that under wraps. And the conflict between Cheetah and Wonder Woman seems a little small to me, but that's just because they haven't told us the whole story. But other than that, I mean, like you said, I really like the character interplay. It looks really interesting. I like the period. And I love Maxwell Lord as a villain. I have since he was introduced in Justice League back in the 80s. And Pedro Pascal playing him seems to be quite amusing. So I'm all in on this. And I really like Patty Jenkins, and I really like the first Wonder Woman. So I'm excited they made another one.
Yeah, it's funny. It clearly, like, I thought the best thing we got at DC Fandom was the Batman trailer, which we'll talk about here in a minute. I thought the next best thing was probably that Suicide Squad, because it was just so unexpected.
Yeah.
There was so much unexpected stuff in it. Again, I thought the Snyder Cut thing was utter perfection. It's unfortunate because one of the things I am most looking forward to coming out of DC, again, because of Patty Jenkins, is that Wonder Woman 84. I'm still looking forward to it. And you know what, Rob? I got a feeling it's going to be one of those situations where a lot of times visual effects don't quite look right on a television screen. And then when you see them on the big screen in a movie theater, they just look a little bit different. I have a feeling it's going to look a little bit, the Cheetah stuff's going to look a little bit better. But again, for me, it starts and ends with the director. As long as Patty Jenkins is directing this thing, I will have all the faith in the world in this movie. I love what she did with the first one. I think these trailers have been solid. And you're right. It still feels like they're holding a lot back, and maybe they need to just give us a little bit more, but we'll see. The question is, guys, what did you think about, number one, the Wonder Woman panel at DC Fandom, and what did you think about that trailer? I understand it's tough to not talk about the Cheetah CGI stuff, but what did you think about it overall? Other than that, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. All right, guys.